Welcome back to the Coalition of Friends YouTube channel. My name is Garrett, and today I bring you a review for 1917. This movie is a fucking masterpiece. I loved this movie so much. Go see this movie. I'm gonna say this from the very beginning. Go see this movie. Every reviewer is gonna say it's shot like it's one continuous take. I think that's such a brilliant thing to do in a movie. We've seen it done before where it's, I believe, actually one take and it's just like fully improvised. This is like a scripted piece of work. And I think it works really great. It really captures every moment that you need to see. One of the characters is always on camera. And it works so well. I'm gonna say that all the time. Also really works in this movie is the story. It is such a good story. The acting in it is incredible. The two leads, whose names I don't know on the top of my head, but one of them was in Game of Thrones. The other one is fairly unknown. He's been in a fair amount of things, just like nothing that I've seen. He was Hamlet and Ophelia. But they are fantastic. Some of the best acting I've seen in a long time, especially for what they have to do, being on camera so long, having such a bank of lines in their memory that they have to recite, and still go through the scene that they have to do. Of course, it's not fully one take, because that's literally impossible with what they have to do, considering there's a bunch of set pieces that they have to go through, and the space that they would have to film this is kind of impossible unless they actually, destroyed land, which I don't think they would ever do. The colorization in this movie is another really impressive thing. The first shot that you see opens up and it's peaceful. Our main characters are laying back, they're sleeping, and the grass is green, the sky is blue, and it lets us know this is the peaceful time. As it goes along in the movie and they start progressing through the war zone, it becomes more desolate, more dark, gray, brown colors. There's nothing good to grasp out of this. It's a dire situation and it's a sucky ass place they have to go through. And the last time it's nice is at the end when you have a freshly non-war touched area, and then the war progresses into it, and you see it becoming less and less nice, and that very last shot, once again, it's green, blue sky, and it's really, really good. There are going to be some complaints about the characterization of, our two main characters. There were a couple complaints as I was leaving the movie. One person was like, I wish we got to know these people better so that we cared about them more. I very much disagree. No matter who they are on the right side of this fight, and we should care about them nonetheless. They have to save 1,600 people from dying. You should care an immense amount about these two people. And even then, what we do get from them, it's really interesting. There's a conflict between the two characters as to whether or not the war is good, if what they're doing is good, and if what they do is important. For example, there's talks about a medal in this movie that one of the characters earns, and he's very dismissive of it, and the other one wants to get one himself because he sees that as value, that he does something good in this war. It does bring conflict between them, and it is very good, not insane conflict, but it gives them stuff to talk about while they walk through where they go. Another thing I loved in this movie is the set design. You will have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet of trenches that, because it's one shot, they have to have had those sets created to where these characters and all the extras are inside, so they walk through. There's differences between the three types of trenches they go through, the one at the beginning, the Germans, and the one at the end. The one at the beginning is just really muddy, it's like they dug it out themselves. The Germans is more structurally sound. There's wooden planks. They go underground and they find underground, bunks that people can sleep on. There's a trench at the very end. It's literally like white stones that are untouched by anything. There hasn't been any war that's touched it yet. They're the cities that the village that he goes through. So well done. It's beautifully crafted. There are shots at night when they're going through the town, and the flares are going up and they're lighting it, and it's so well done. The camera is on like a crane, and it goes from the second story of a building down to the first, and then it tracks following the characters through that. And then the lighting, because of the flares, becomes a danger for those characters because they start getting shot at. Speaking of, the guns aren't overused in this movie. They're rarely used in the bulk of the movie, and when they are, it's frightening. I got scared a couple times. A lot of people beside me, like one lady got jump scared with one of them because they're so sudden and the sound design is so well crafted that they really, are a lot different than the silence that's going on around it. My only issue with the movie is the obvious use of CG for the animals. It's mostly fine. They're in a war zone, so they can't really have like real animals where they have all these set pieces going like cows and rats and whatnot. But I kind of wish they were a little bit real because they're really obviously CG, and it took me out of it a little bit just because I know that that's not real, but there's stuff happening because that animal is there. It's really well paced. There are times where you think that it slows down a bit, but what happens when it slows down are really good character moments. Sure, it's not action, but you're still getting a purpose for why that scene is going on. There's a really good scene at night with the main characters and this French woman that they find, and I really, really liked this scene because it's slow, but you get a full grasp of like who the characters are, and stuff from before is purposeful in that part. So, in the end, this is a non-stop action war movie thriller that I really, really love. The characters are awesome, the acting is amazing, the set design is incredible. The directing by Sam Mendes, who wanted to tell a very specific story, does a wonderful job. And it's so real to watch. And I really, really did enjoy this movie. I'm going to give this like a 10 out of 10. It's near perfection, basically perfect in my eyes. And I really hope you go see this movie. So if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!